For too long, the worst people in society have been told that everything about them is fine. We have enabled people throwing their toys out the pram and under the banner of Black Lives Matter, burning their own cities down and rejoicing in the deaths of policemen. We have told feminists responsible for some of the most disgusting, sociopathic and appalling behavior that it's fine, they can't be sexist, they're women. We have enabled all sorts of awful people. And actually, fat people generally, on the whole, are not awful people, but they do need our help. It's just that our help doesn't necessarily look like what you think it looks like. It isn't looking the other way, pretending not to see them, not complaining when one fills 2 seats on an aeroplane. I took Southwest a couple of months ago. Have any of you ever got a flight with Southwest? Oh. I made a mistake because I was a newcomer. I bought that ticket that gets you in the speedy booking ticket, you know? You can go in first. So you go on, like all newbies. I went on and I sat in the front row. I was like, this isn't so bad. Southwest's all right. Well, of course, what I didn't know is that the ham planets wait until the end. They hold back, because they don't know if they're going to find 2 seats together. You can hear them coming down the runway. What's that thing called? The thing that connects to the plane. You can hear them sort of rumbling in the distance. What is that? What is that? It's you. Anyway, so I had 2 of these gigantic people sitting next to me. Never Southwest, never again. But the kindest thing I could have done would have been to talk to them about it. And it's not a nice thing to do, but it is a sort of civic responsibility. It is a duty, and if you can't do that, at least resist the odious body positivity movement, and do not pass this garbage on to your children, because it's lies. Fat people, whether they are simply overweight or morbidly obese, must confront their conditions and change their lives for the better. And very often they cannot do it alone. They need us. They are often caught in a vicious cycle of being depressed and eating to treat that depression, which makes things worse. They're not going to fix their lives. They're not going to get better. They're not going to be happy by being told that they are healthy at any size. That, in my opinion, is the real cruelty. They will change their lives when social pressure becomes so great that they're galvanized to action. Fat people matter because all people matter. Help them, please. I implore you. Help them. Help them by making it clear that their condition is unacceptable, that it is antisocial, and that it is going to kill them. Everywhere in American culture today, and coming from England, this really shocked me because we don't have this in Europe. Everywhere in American culture today, Lena Dunham and Amy Schumer glare down at us from billboards and out of the pages of magazines, these hogs, these ugly, talentless hogs. I can't even get a booking. No, I'm kidding. I get booked everywhere. But these terrible, terrible women, we are expected to pay obeisance to the cult of Dunham. We are expected to kneel in the church of Schumer. Well, I say no more. Let us stop encouraging unhealthy, unattractive, antisocial behavior. It is time to restore fat shaming to America. Thank you very much. Now, for as long as I can manage it, I'm happy to. Oh, there she is. Did you know I'm in Out magazine? It's winding up all the fags. It's a 6,000-word feature on me, which is unusually very nuanced and intelligent and fair, very balanced, and as predictably, the social justice left are going apeshit about it. How dare you give him a fair hearing? How dare you? Anyway, it's in Out magazine. It's going to be in the after all the outcry, I don't know if they'll make it the cover. It was supposed to be the cover, but it's going to be in the election month issue. It's a 6,000-word profile about me. It's the only time I will ever recommend that you buy a gay magazine, because by and large they're garbage. But this is definitely worth the cover. No, they are. They are. It's like the trade press. I mean, the writing is around the level of, Tree Fellas Monthly, just with far worse politics, because those people I'd actually go for a drink with. Oh, do you like my name, by the way? It's a very important, I forgot to say about this, it's a very important thing. Ivana Wall is my drag name. When you first become a drag queen, and today is the first time I've ever done this, you're here for the loss of my drag virginity. You have to choose a drag name, so I've chosen Ivana Wall, because we all do. All right. For as long as these heels will hold me up, I'm very happy to take your questions on any subject. So please raise your hand, and I will repeat the question after I see you. Does anybody like to ask anything? A very quiet audience today. Oh, you. Yeah, you. Yes. Are my tits even? Sorry. Are they all right? Do you like them? Are they okay? What? They're not supposed to be even. No. This is more body positivity. Stop it. Of course they're supposed to be even. And if they're not even, fix them. Yes. Oh, fine. Okay. What? It's been a few months. Right, we have microphones, but I want to finish your question. I'm so sorry. Well, yeah, okay. So the question was, what do I think about parents who are sort of try to impose a particular sexuality on their children? The dumbest woman in America is a woman called Sally Kohn. She is... She is a Jewish lesbian. You can guess her politics. I'm just saying... She's perhaps the dumbest, most selfish, and most ridiculous woman in America. She is not only on the record as saying that she was pleased that conservative points of view were being suppressed on campus. She was pleased about that. She also said that she would love to have a lesbian child, that she wanted her child to be gay. Now, I'd never heard that before, because it struck me as remarkable. I spoke about this briefly at the last university I was at, Houston. And I said, irrespective of the levels of homophobia in society or whatever, I can't imagine wanting your child to have an orientation that means you can't reproduce naturally with the person that you love, the person you make love to. Seems to be an extraordinarily narcissistic and selfish and sociopathic thing to do. But I don't think it's unreasonable for parents to want their children to be straight. In fact, I think it's normal. It's perfectly reasonable and normal. And there is no reason to suppose, as the gay lobby keeps telling you, that homosexuality is 100% nature. Certainly some people are born with predispositions toward it, some very strong predispositions toward it. Some people have to resist it with every fiber of their body and often fail. But there's no reason to suppose that, in theory, some version of gay conversion therapy, some form of gay conversion therapy might not help people who are struggling with their sexuality, who might be on the fence, might simply want to abstain from sex and want to have a happy relationship with a woman. There's no reason to suppose that this is in any way abusive or necessarily ineffective. So, I would rather they leave it until the kid was a little older, but I don't see anything intrinsically wrong with wanting your child to be straight. That strikes me as totally normal, and that's not because I'm self-loathing. It's just because I think it's, if you're short, people don't call you self-loathing if you wish you were tall. Anybody else? We have some microphones going around.
Milo.
Oh, there we go. Look, booming at me. Perfect.
In all your fabulousness, I'd like to ask if you have any tips for debating the left.
Tips for what?
Debating the left.
Debating the left. Well, I don't know. They won't debate me anymore. They never show up. I'll tell. No, they don't. They won't come. one of the reasons they won't come is they know they'll lose. Another reason they don't come is that they're all greedy pigs. The aforementioned Sally Cohn today forced the University of Michigan to cancel a talk because her speaking fee was so high. She initially said she wants to debate me, and she quoted them $11,000 plus travel, accommodation, all the rest of it. They eventually bargained her down, and she eventually said, okay, well, she didn't realize the Dangerous Faggot Tour is, of course, free to students. Sometimes they charge you a couple of dollars for the venue and things, but we don't charge you anything. I don't charge speaking fees. Certainly not. Certainly not to do a debate that's going to, in her case, help to sell her book. But Sally Cohn wanted $11,000 plus travel, plus lodging, plus expenses. And eventually the students today cancelled it, and probably because of all the drama around it. And she imposed these conditions. Well, I'll do it for free, but only if Milo agrees to be interviewed for my book. Anyway, Michigan unfortunately cancelled the event today. I have rescinded my consent to be interviewed by Sally Cohn. I will focus on people who do not price gouge 19-year-olds. Some simple tips for you would be stick to the facts because they're on your side, not theirs. And they are. And use humor, whimsy and mischief and delightfulness. Part of the reason that I'm allowed to say these awful things is because I dress like this. No, I think one of the real advantages that conservatives have over liberals is a sense of fun and a sense of humor. Being a Donald Trump supporter is the new punk. It's the new cool thing to do. Why? Well, it might not immediately imagine that supporting Donald Trump was cool, but think of it this way. What do you do if you want to piss off your teachers, piss off your parents, piss off your friends, be ejected from polite society, and in all other ways be thought of as an untouchable miscreant? Vote for Donald Trump. So almost on that basis alone, I think he's fantastic. But I think that the key is, they're so earnest and they're so angry, and they've forgotten how to argue because for 30 years they've ruled the roost. Well, not anymore. I'm here now, and whatever university administrators try to do to stop me will fail. It is student bodies who invite me, and I will continue to come, and I will start bringing friends. Thank you very much, darling. I understand that this theatre and spectacle is not to everybody's taste, but I hope, through being theatrical and ridiculous as I am, that I blow open the fire doors and open up the space for you guys to invite whoever the fuck you want. I want you to have that freedom. I want you to have that freedom. You don't have to be a Milo Yiannopoulos fan to understand why it is important that I come to your college, and it is to your great credit, and thank you to the administration here for allowing it to happen. Houston was very good, by the way. I believe that this lack of wanting to debate, this running scared and banning people, the no platforming, University of Miami last week said, oh, you can't come, we've got security concerns. As I told you, security concerns, give me a fucking break. I think that a gap is going to open up soon between colleges that allow fun, mischief, and dangerous ideas, which I always thought was the point of going to university in the first place, and those colleges that are going to insist on safe spaces and provide therapy culture for their students. It is beginning to become clear that the therapy culture group of universities is larger, but it is not all of them. There are very good universities sending very good messages, like the University of Chicago, which said recently, do not come here in 2017. Do not come to the University of Chicago if you are expecting a safe space. You will not find it here. This is a place for free expression. What a wonderful thing. What a wonderful thing.